Hey guys, Nate Bailey here with the Life Outdoors and Barebow Hunter, and we're continuing on our Foundations of Elk Hunting series. If you guys haven't seen that series, we've gone over the philosophy of elk hunting. We've gone over how to use the digital software programs that we use to find elk, where we're looking in those programs, and then we put our feet on the ground. And if you haven't seen any of those, I will put the playlist right up here, and we'll put that playlist up there, and you guys can go check out those videos. Today I'm going to show you what I take elk hunting when I go in the backcountry and I plan on spending the night. Of course, I don't pack this much stuff with me if I don't plan on spending the night, and there's times where we go off a base camp and go in, but this is if I'm spending the night. And the only thing that changes from this when I'm spending the night multiple nights is the amount of food I take in. I don't change any of the like my clothes. I wear the same amount of clothes. I just wear one outer, and then I'll take enough underwear and socks for the amount of time that I'll be in. I don't take an extra pair of pants or an extra shirt. If I have to, I'll wash it and we'll sit around, let it dry out, and then put it back on and go. Same with my underwear. I'll take 3 pairs of underwear. I'm usually not in more than 3 days, but if I am, I'll take 3 pairs of underwear, 3 pairs of socks, and I'll wash one of them, and I'll have them set out as I'm hiking through the woods. But other than that, this is the gear that I take, and granted, I'm taking a lot more because we at the Life Outdoors, we're videoing everything, so I have to take more video gear, and I don't have all the video gear that I take with me right now because I'm using it. But this pack is the pack that we went to this year. This is the Ibex. This is a wilderness specialty pack, and this is the special Life Outdoors edition. So if you guys want one of these, go call them and we could get you hooked up with the Life Outdoors edition. We've got to pick out the colors and the accessories that go on it, and then of course you get the fancy dancy Life Outdoors patch. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and break the pack down, and then I'll tell you a little bit about this gear that we use. This is all of our calls are born and raised outdoors, and we use, of course, their aluminum bugle tube, and of course this is a prototype pack from Wilderness Packs, and this is the Life Outdoors edition pack for our binoculars. So that's our bino pack, and then also on the sides of the bino pack I will be putting these calls in the sides here, but I also have my puffer bottle. You always got to have that, and then I'll have my calls inside here, and I also have straps on the bottom where I can add extra pockets, and I will put in all of my extra diaphragm calls or reeds. I go into the season with at least 5, and if I could get to 8 or 10, I'm even feeling better. I blow out calls really fast. If you guys watch, our next video will be a calling video. If you watch how I call when we get in close, and you'll see that I just wail on those calls. And if you're talking 4 hours like that last bull last year, you stretch out calls quick. One of the cool things that I really love about this pack is the lid is detachable, and it's adjustable, so I don't have this pack pushed all the way up. You can make this pack really big, and or you can make it as small as you want. I use this pack for a day pack as well. Another thing that I like about it is if you look at the sides, and I don't have it set up here, but it has levelers, and it makes this pack really stable pack. Now, like all wilderness packs, it comes off the frame. You put the meat in between, and then you have a meat shelf in on the frame. If you guys haven't seen the pack on how we do that, you can check out this video here. And then what we do is, so with this pack, the reason that we went to this pack this year is it folds really small for our day pack use, but it also will get huge for if we want to do a weekend. Chase and I are going to do a hunt this year, and we're going to take both of these packs. He's got one too, and we're going to go in and we're going to do it during in the snow. And I have I'll add to the tent that I have a wood stove here that I'll add to that on the outside. So it has the compression straps, and the cool thing about this pack, one of the things that I didn't realize how much I was going to love it until I got it, is the zippers right down the middle, because I could essentially have the lid still on here and unzip it and get to stuff that I want to get at. That, you guys, is huge. When you spend some time out in the woods with your packs and stuff, it sounds like it's not a big deal, but having to pull everything out of your pack, putting it back in, gets to be such a drag. So this is really cool. Say you want to get into your essentials bag and you need to get some bug dope or something, get some of your Sawyer out, and you get in here, or maybe you just want to eat lunch and you're trying to get, so you don't have to rifle all your stuff out and it looks like a yard sale out in the woods, and then you got to put it all back in. I love that feature. I don't know if I'll ever use a pack that doesn't have that again, because it's that handy. Just the little things sometimes just make a lot of difference. So let's go ahead and I'll show you what I take with me. And like I said, this is for an overnight or even for a longer period of time. If it's a longer period of time, all I do is add more food and coffee. So let's go with the first pack. Always pack matches, a blanket. This is just kind of like a little in case of pack. It's got my matches, a blanket, one of those space blankets in case you never know when you might need that. And then plastic bags. I always carry plastic bags. You don't know, you might put your heart or liver in there for all. I've used it for everything. This is my sleeping bag, and this is the Nemo, and it's a 15-degree bag, disco, and it's a down bag, and you see it folds up really small. Have not got cold in this thing yet, and that's part of because I use a good pad. But I would recommend one of these if you're looking for a really good bag. This is kind of a mummy, but it's shaped like a football, so you don't feel like you're suffocating in it, and it doesn't wrap around your neck at night. The pad is a Climax Static V. I've gone through several different pads. I have a Big Agnes and I have an REI, but I'm a side sleeper, and those pads are great. But if you're going to be a side sleeper, this Static V, for some reason, I can sleep on it and I never ever touch the ground. So Static V pad, really inexpensive. It's bigger than some of them, but you know, even though it's bigger than some, I'm not a big stickler for trying to be too weight conscious. I am weight conscious, but you don't want to get too weight conscious. Of course, Mountain Money, you gotta have it. This will get you anything out of Gage up in the woods. If you have Mountain Money, you could get all of his calls. You could probably even get his bow, because Gage uses a lot of Mountain Money because he's full of it. So we got Mountain Money. This is kind of my bag that I use for filming, and I also have a lighter in it. I always carry a lighter with me, but all my batteries and all of that stuff I carry in. And this is a wilderness pack, and you could actually put these on the outside as well, which I may do. You know, you start carrying more and more stuff, you start putting them on the outside. My Lux tent, so this is just a teepee tent, Lux, and only one of us has to carry this, because this will fit both of us and our packs in it, and a wood stove when Chase and I go up there rifle season for elk. And then food, of course, but you carry as much as you need. You could get those vacuum packed ones, and they really get down to smaller. Another thing you could do is Wilderness makes bags that hang on the outside, so you could put all your food in one of those bags on the outside after you get it all in. Waterproof Bible, gotta have it. You can't, indestructible. Good stuff. And you can actually read it and no elk's gonna see you. Anything camo's good. And then I have this little rain jacket that I carry. I don't carry my full-born Kuiu with me. I'm not gonna carry a big rain jacket for September. But this thing will save your bacon. If you're back in, 10, 15 miles and it starts raining, the one thing that'll happen to you is you'll get freezing cold if you get wet. You don't need this, but we do so much filming that we need to charge our batteries. So this is a solar panel, and you can take this and just hang it on the back there, and it comes out, and you just run your one of our big batteries that I carry with us. It's in there somewhere. We carry those brick batteries. You could charge that. It'll take about a day to charge one of those big batteries off your solar panel. Game bags. These are Volume Outdoors. I used these last year. They're really good. They don't breathe quite as well as some of the other ones I like, but they pack real easy, and you don't have to have a ton of room. So I like those. Got to have a pillow, and it doesn't take any space. Get a pillow. Get a pillow. Get a pillow. Get a pillow. So, then you have to have some kind of cordage somehow, and I'll put like 3 times as much cordage in. And what I use is just plain old baling twine. It works great. And you go, I get it from Travis, Silently Dreaming Outdoors. I get it off of him, and he's got tons of it. I think he would probably donate it to anybody that asked. One thing that I do take also is a heavier weight wool, so you can have that for sleeping and for night, or even when it starts getting cold and chilly in the mornings, and you start getting into some of that time where the frost starts hitting. And I just lost it. If you guys want some soap to take with you, you can take a Backcountry bar. We sell that some. And then we also take this castor soap, and I use this for everything: washing dishes, my hair, my clothes, everything. And this little bottle will last you 2 weeks easily. So I take that. This is my cooking setup. Everything that I cook with is right here. So I have my MSR light stove, and it's just a itty bitty guy. I don't have a big one. I've had the same setup as far as my can, and this is actually my cooker. And you can do everything from fry to have water in here. I actually drink coffee out of there. I'll have my coffee in there. Trail packs from Full Draw, you gotta have them. These work. You gotta have coffee. If you don't have coffee in the woods, as much coffee as I drink, as much caffeine as I'm after, I always have coffee in the woods. And Full Draw makes really, 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 really tasty coffee. I love their Full Strut blend. They now have a new one that I haven't tried yet, and it's the Elk Hunters blend, I think they call it. But I need to try it too. But the Full Strut's just, it reminds me a lot of like a Murdered Out Black Rifle. So I do love my coffees. Have to have salt and pepper. I used to carry a lot more than that, but I found out that if you get salt and pepper, you could get by with just about anything. This is a trick, you guys. Mio Energy. So this is caffeine, and this fills up water bottles. Oh, and I didn't show you my water yet, but this will fill up water bottles, and having that caffeine during the day, it helps me a ton. I'm telling you, you start grinding, these little things like this will keep you going. This will keep you moving. You sit down, drink some of this for a half an hour, take about 15-20 minute nap, and you could get right back after it. This will keep you in the game. That's big. People don't realize how big that is. And then of course I have my propane down there, and one of these canisters will last you a week. So that's my cooking gear. You can't find these anymore. I've tried to find. These are the old Peak camping gear. I've had that for 20 years, probably more than that, probably 30 years. Can't find them. Everybody says I'm old and I got weird stuff, but whatever. Wipes. So we do have toilet paper, but I'm a wipe guy as well, so I'll do both. Last thing that you want is a dirty rear end, is a dirty backcountry, because I tell you what, it's a game changer when you feel good out there. I carry my jacket. I just got this. This is the new Sitka. Now I could shoot a 6.5 Creedmoor because I got Sitka. What is this? A Sitka. I don't remember what they call it. Arrow Light, I think. Something like that. But this is the newest and greatest, and it's synthetic. So even when it gets wet, it stays warm. And this one is so cool because this new one packs up to nothing, almost like my old down Kuyu, which is just tore to nothing. So I like the synthetic. I got the Sitka because they got the new synthetic in there, and it's that I don't remember. But it's hollow. The fill is hollow as well, so it's supposed to be just as insulating as down and handle some water as well. So last but not least, well, maybe last but not, socks. I said you got to make sure you have your socks. I like First Light or any good wool sock, Grip 6, any of the good wool socks. You got to have wool. And then of course when they get wet, I'll just hang them out here, or when I wash them, I'll wash them with that soap and hang them out there, and they'll drip dry. And then last but not least, well, not last, I still got stuff in the hood, but a water filtration system, and I don't use anything but Sawyer. And so this is the water filter, and what you do is you mark one bag dirty, and then that's the bag that you fill up in this creek, put your water filter on there, and then you put it in the clean bags. And I carry 3 clean bags with me. If I'm gonna have a big camp somewhere, I found the elk and we're gonna hunt them for a while, I'll have several bags there so I don't have to keep doing it. But you could squeeze the dirty bag right through the filter into your mouth, and then I'll pack this with me. So that's my water filtration system. It works really, really well. And I like to keep it in my bag here so I can put it on the outside, because you're always getting into your water. That's one thing that you will be in all the time. So that's everything out of the front. Of course, I got my sissy sticks, my walking sticks. I will not go in the woods without them. My knees, nowadays, if I put a big load on them, it's going to be a problem. So I have to have them. This is the lid, and this is some hunting stuff that I have in the lid. Picardian. This is what I try to use all the time. I try never to use DEET. I carry DEET with me because sometimes you just can't do anything but DEET. But this stuff is amazing, and it's in a lotion, and it keeps them off. It's almost as good as DEET, if not as good. This knife, carry extra blades. This is just the outdoor edge, and I broke down most of those bulls with this knife last year, and just with one knife. You could do it all with this one knife. You don't have to have saws or anything like that. I used to think you had to have all that stuff. You don't have to have that. I do carry a work sharp to resharpen those blades, and my broadheads. Big thing is my broadheads. Ultramax unscented deodorant. You use this both for underarm deodorant and for anti-chafing. Us Baileys have big old legs, so I like to put it on so I don't chafe on my legs. So I use it for both for that. Look at how much I believe in Mio. I got 2 of them. I use it all the time. Pin, because you gotta tag them. Some more Picardian. A quality headlamp. You gotta have a headlamp. This is what I use for my lantern, for everything at night is my headlamp. A good quality one. And camouflage. You gotta have your camo paint, especially if things are going slow. That's a life changer. And then that's about it. Other than gotta have a 6.8 Western round in there. Your lucky 6.8 Western round. So that's what I take. This is the bag that I take. It does have pockets on the sides, and I'll fill those up with like camouflage and extra wind checker. And of course I do have my other knife on the back, which is my multi-tool, and it's got a hammer and stuff on it, so I like to carry that because you never know what you're going to use that for. It's about one last thing before we jump out of here. These elk calls. Let's just show these guys these elk calls real quick. This is the 2-tone from Born and Raised. And this is the best cow call that I've heard. And I'll tell you what, I got to use the prototype. It wasn't green and it didn't say it only takes one on the back. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's actually pretty cool because you can look down at your call and go, yep, it only takes one. I'm going to call one more time and just... And that's a very, very good call. And I like to set them up. This one's got the wide reed on it, but they come with 3 different sizes of reeds, a new cork, and a lanyard. And then the sound bite. Oh, sound bite. This is another one of them. And so what I'll do is I'll set up that one more of the cow call. I think I got somebody calling me back over there. And then I use the sound bite and I'll set it up to be a little bit lighter call. So it's a little bit lighter call, and you can set it up any way you want to. It has 3 reeds along with it. So that is the sound bite. All right, those are the calls. Those are the new calls out this year. If you haven't got yours yet, you head over to Born and Raised and get one. That's it. That's what I carry with me when I am out elk hunting. And you can hunt all week like that if you got the food. You don't need any more clothes than that. That's all the clothing you'll need. I hope that helps, guys. If you guys have any questions about any of the stuff that we put out, leave me some comments and questions below. That helps us too. And also, if you guys want a new hunting hat to take with you this year, we still have quite a few hats. This one's a flex fit, and I have a lot of flex fits. Also, we're selling t-shirts as well. So good luck this year. Leave in the comments below. Tell me how your season's going if you're watching this, and let us know what's going on. All right. Until then, keep living.